Most people think retirement fails because they didn't save enough. That's not what U.S. data shows. According to the Federal Reserve, one of the fastest growing groups of retirees today are people retiring with $1 to $3 million, mostly inside traditional 401ks and IRAs, and many of them will pay more tax after they stop working than they ever did while employed, not because they made bad decisions, but because they followed the rules too well. This video explains why saving more can quietly reduce your freedom and how to avoid that trap before it locks in. Stay with me, because this isn't obvious and it's not taught anywhere. Let's start with something simple. A traditional 401k doesn't eliminate tax. It postpones it, and postponed problems tend to grow, especially when compounding is involved. For decades, the message has been consistent. Max out your 401k, reduce your taxes, invest for the long term. That advice isn't wrong, but it's incomplete because it only answers one question: how do I reduce taxes today? It ignores the more important one: under what rules will this money come out later? The IRS never forgets. When you contribute to a traditional 401k, you're making a deal. I'll take the deduction now, and you can decide the rules later. That's fine until later arrives. Retirement rarely fails in a dramatic way. It doesn't usually collapse during a market crash. It fails quietly through forced decisions. Here's how it typically happens. A disciplined saver retires with about $1.5 million in a traditional 401k. They live modestly. They don't need much. Between ages 62 and 72, they withdraw conservatively, maybe 3 or 4% a year. The portfolio keeps growing. By the time required minimum distributions begin, currently age 73, that account may be larger than when they retired. Now the IRS steps in. You don't get to choose anymore. They're forced to withdraw $70,000 to $90,000 a year, whether they need it or not. That income stacks on top of Social Security, investment income, possible pensions. Suddenly, 85% of Social Security becomes taxable. Medicare premiums increase. Marginal tax rates spike, not because they spent too much, but because control disappeared. In 2026, contribution limits are higher again. More money can be sheltered. More dollars can be deferred. But limits don't create freedom. Control does. The government isn't being generous. It's being mathematical. Higher limits today mean more predictable tax revenue later. Fewer planning years for retirees. Less flexibility once RMDs begin. Rules don't usually change loudly. They shift quietly and reward those who think ahead. Most retirement conversations obsess over returns, but returns don't determine retirement freedom. Constraints do. A retiree with moderate returns and high flexibility often lives better than someone with higher returns and forced withdrawals. That's why tax diversification matters more than performance. not because it's clever, because it reduces future constraints. Every dollar in retirement lives in one of three buckets. 1. Tax-deferred 401k, traditional IRA. 2. Tax-free Roth accounts. 3. Taxable, your brokerage cash assets. A retirement plan with only one bucket is not a plan. It's a bet. When all your money is tax-deferred, every withdrawal increases. Taxable income timing disappears. Flexibility vanishes. When you have multiple buckets, you choose which dollars to use. You manage tax brackets. Intentionally, you control income visibility. Same savings, very different outcomes. If I were starting fresh in 2006, here's how I'd think. Calmly, not emotionally. Step 1. Take free money, nothing more. Employer match is non-negotiable. It's a guaranteed return. After that, slow down. Everything beyond the match requires judgment. Step 2. Build access. Before optimization, before asking, how much can I shelter? Ask, how much can I access without permission? Liquidity is not laziness. Liquidity is insurance against bad timing. Step 3. Split contributions with intent. Early career. Lean Roth, peak income. Selective, traditional, never let one bucket dominate your future. Step 4. Plan. Withdrawals first. Most people plan contributions and ignore exits. That's backwards. Sketch the future first. Low-income years. Social Security timing. RMD start. Then fund accounts to serve that sequence. Step 5. Keep taxable money on purpose. Taxable accounts aren't inefficient. They're flexible. Capital gains are optional. Basis is accessible. Timing is yours. 2 people earn the same income, save the same amount, invest the same way. One maximizes traditional accounts for 30 years. The other mixes Roth and taxable early. At retirement, one faces rising RMDs and shrinking control. The other chooses when and how to withdraw. Same discipline, different freedom. Wealth isn't built by maximizing benefits. It's built by minimizing regret. Most advice assumes stability, but optimization breaks under stress. Flexibility survives. The 401k isn't the problem. Autopilot is. Retirement doesn't reward obedience. It rewards foresight. If this made you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort isn't fear. It's clarity. This channel is about surviving early retirement without panic, prediction, or luck. If that matters to you, subscribe.